Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, and this third Saturday of the month, which means that my good friend Frank Barton from Barton Power Sports and is in with us. And Frank, I know we've talked about the slingshot and Polaris and things along that line. And then sitting across from me also is kind of a bonus Gabbard.
Yeah.
Because normally he would be on the first Saturday of the month.
Actually, I came down because I know you're going to buy me breakfast.
We will do that. Yes, we will do that. We might do lunch, too, at the same time. Yeah, but if you can handle Jack Purtle chicken back to back. But Dave Gabbard in here with us, and he's always here on the first Saturday, but I thought Frank might need some help.
Yeah. I know Frank doesn't need any help.
Frank doesn't need any help.
I just add a little color to the conversation.
Frank just wants to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. That's all. Let's talk Coyotes. You got to say something?
You was talking about it at the beginning of the show. You're in deer depression.
Yes.
I believe this next guest will get you out of that.
I think so. I think we just lost him.
I scared him away.
You scared him away just as you said that.
And his depression.
Yeah, and you brought up the word depression. But let's see if we can get Byron South. He's the owner of Convergent Hunting Solutions in Big Sandy, Texas, and we had him on the line, and all of a sudden Dave mentioned depression, and we lost Byron. But that's radio. That's radio for you. And TV, they would be panicking when their poplars go out.
But in radio, you can give a deer in the headlight look.
You can give a deer, and I just had it right
funny.
then. Just as you mentioned deer hunt depression, Byron cut me off. So
not sure what happened there.
Byron South, owner of Convergent Hunting Solutions, our good friend over at the media folks at South Outdoor Group. And I tell you, Byron, before we talk about that, I will let you know this is a super group that you have hooked up with as far as supplying me guests for many years on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and happy that you and the folks at Source Outdoor Group have come together, and let's talk, buddy. Convergent Hunting Solutions. I got to ask you what that name means, because that's the tricky part for me.
Well, the thing is, in today's world, it's so hard to name a business that somebody hasn't already come up with, and that was probably the hardest thing we did in this old business was come up with something that we could actually use that wasn't already
taken. It's not taken. No, you got it. I can tell you that. I Googled it. There's only one Convergent out there. That's for sure. But let's talk. Let's talk, because I told Byron, I'm an old man, but I'd like to get into what he does best, and that's predator hunting. The man has hunted all throughout the United States. Has called up animals in Canada, Africa, you name it. Go to their wonderful website, and I'm going to let him give that in just a minute, because they have everything from the call, which you can spend less than $20, all the way up to the electronics. So talk about that, Byron. I know you've been at this game a long time. Talk about the evolution of this sport from where you started 4 decades ago, say, and to where we are today.
It has evolved a lot. I can remember, I'm not a young guy either, and I can remember the record players, the tape players, and the wires, and then, of course, we've got to a lot better technology nowadays. But, I still go back to the hand calls, and that's kind of, where it starts with our products. I mean, our core product is an electronic game call. But I always believe, if you're a predator caller, you need to learn to use hand calls as well. And the good thing about predator calling is a lot of people are intimidated by it because they're just not sure what to do, when to do it, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys in your part of the world are calling turkeys and ducks and stuff, and usually with that, less is more. You don't call, they always say don't call a duck that's coming to you, and you can call too much with a turkey. So a lot of guys will take that same philosophy to the predator hunting, and there's quite a bit different things that you do when you're actually calling coyotes or bobcats or any of the predators. But hand calls will kind of go over the product line, I guess, first. And the hand calls, they require no batteries. They're inexpensive. There's a lot of hand calls out there on the market. We've worked with a guy, Kerry Carver's a good dear friend of mine, probably the best premier hand call maker in the world. custom call maker. He and I have been hunting together for quite a few years, and we kind of collaborate on our hand calls. So they're not just another hand call. They're very easy to blow. And kind of along what I was saying about calling, not overthinking it. I tell guys all the time, you don't have to sound as good as a duck or a turkey, because all you're doing is trying to mimic a dying rabbit. And
yeah.
So it doesn't take much to sound awful, and you got to sound awful to call coyotes. So just don't get intimidated by not knowing what you're doing. The worse you sound, the more emotion, the more emotional content and terror and fear you can put in there, the better. But it's not difficult to do, especially with our hand calls. And
let me ask you there. Now, do you happen to have a hand call nearby?
I can get one pretty quick.
Get one, because I want to hear. Byron South sound terrible, as he said there. It doesn't make any difference. Give us a little demonstration here. I don't think we've ever called a coyote on Outdoors with Larry Ray in our 19 years on the air. So we may need to open the door in case there's something roaming through the hallways out there. How about it, Byron?
Yeah. Let's see if we call up. I'll grab one right quick.
All right.
This is our bite call.
This your what?
Yeah. It's called a bite call. What you do, the more you bite on it, the higher it gets. The more pressure you put on it, the less bite you put on it, the lower it gets. But it's
really okay.
So,
well, all right, now let me get my audience set. All right, you truck drivers going down Interstate 55 right now.
Okay.
You may want to pull over or anything, or if you're driving around in one of Frank Barton's slingshots, pull over right now. This is Byron South.
If you pull over, roll your windows down, maybe I can call a code.
There you go. Yeah. All right, let's hear it, Byron.
Okay. Hey, that's a kind of a distressed rabbit sound. That bite call, you can get a lot of emotion. Did you hear that good?
Oh yeah, we heard it. We want to hear it again.
Okay.
Wow. So you're
short burst like that.
So that is what is that called?
That is a bite call, and the sound I was playing there is just a distressed rabbit.
And you're just biting on it, and the more you bite, the different tones it comes out, right?
Yes, sir. It's kind of like blowing a duck call. You'll kind of want to build some pressure up in your lungs and kind of use your diaphragm to kind of burst the pressure in there to get each note out of it.
It sounded great. Yeah. I could just see me sitting in my deer stand next month doing one of.
If you're practicing that going down the road, you won't roll the windows down and might put some earplugs in because it can get pretty loud.
We don't want. Yeah, that's road rage in Memphis here. We don't want to do that. May be the most protector we got. Again, we're talking to Byron South. He's the owner of Convergent Hunting Solutions, based out of Big Sandy, Texas, and I know the products that you've got, Byron. I've looked at some of these. The Predator Pro. My gosh, we've come technology here. I mean. When we talk about that, the mobile app and things along this line, did you ever think when you started this it would come to this?
No, and I kind of wonder where it's going. And I'd like to say, with our mobile apps, I'm kind of old school myself. I'm 55 years old.
Oh, bless your heart, you're a pup. Okay, go ahead though. All right.
I'm a high mileage '64 model.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But sometimes scares some of the older generation, being it's on your phone. You think, well, do I need cell service, or I can't operate it? But it's very simple, very easy to use. You don't need any cell service whatsoever. And we've designed the apps because you don't want to be fumbling with the phone when you're hunting. We've designed them to be very intuitive, very easy to operate. Our whole system is just, it keeps it easy so you can focus on your hunt. And all of our products are designed that way. So you don't have to worry about technology.
It's an American made.
Yes, sir. Everything we do is made in the USA.
I like what you said here. A pretty good trick for a poor farm kid from rural Texas. So, What in real life? What were you, Byron?
In real life, I don't know. I'm still growing up. I haven't figured that out. People ask me what I do for a living all the time, and I'm not sure. But I grew up in all my kinfolks are in the dairy business, in the cow business.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm 55. I called my first cow when I was about 10.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And
yeah.
hooked me ever since. And so I pretty much, and I tell people, if I had never called in that first code, if I'd have done 10 or 15 or 20 stands and never called in a code, I might have quit and gone on to make something of my life. But
well, you've made it. No, we're glad you did because of what you've done here. Don't have but a couple of minutes here. As far as what's the biggest coyote? I've heard people say, I killed a 50-pound coyote. I killed a 55-pound coyote.
Sure.
And Dave Gabbert's laughing over there. So what's a big coyote for you?
50 pounds is kind of like the benchmark. And I'll tell you this, I think there's between 17 and 20 different species or subspecies of coyotes.
Oh.
Texas is a home to 4 or 5 different subspecies. And the more east you go, in the northeast, they'll get bigger. So, I mean, we've got, I hate to say this on air, but we had in East Texas, Western Louisiana, we had the last remnant population of the red wolf, and we kind of have a hybrid here.
Yes. Yeah.
Of that, and so we do kill 50-pound coyotes. Now, you tell a guy from Arizona that, he'll laugh.
Yeah. We got big coyotes here. We've for those of us, and it's something you need to get. So tell our listeners out there, Byron, how do they get in touch with you? What's that website, and get more information? Because like me, a lot of us are in deer depression, and I think we killed 2 coyotes this year during deer season. We're going to go back and kill some more because, they're going to be the last thing that crosses that Mississippi River Bridge, I think, coming into Memphis. So how do they get information about your products?
You can go to convergenthunting.com. We also have Convergent Hunting on Instagram, Facebook. A lot of information on all 3 of those sources. Our products can be found in a lot of the stores, the big box stores.
Yes, they can. Yeah.
You can, and we're trying every day to get them in more stores and stuff. But the best stores, I guess, to get started is convergenthunting.com. They can also call us. We're all open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Number there is 903-636-4222, and there's no such thing as a dumb question. If you want to know something, call us.
Call us. And we're going to have all this information on my website, lroutdoors.com. Byron, thank you, buddy, for taking time to be with us. I'm going to probably shoot you an email or something with a couple of questions I've got. I want to get into this, and sure. I think you're the guy that can maybe help an old man get going. Here we go. So thank you, buddy, for taking time. We'll stay in touch because we got your number, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Byron South. We'll be right back. A little special section. Y'all better stick around for this. Okay, we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.